Go ahead.
So earlier, like we were when I was talking with Maithili, I was started thinking about witnessing. So what Osho calls witnessing, and what Krishnamurti says observing the observed, and Maharishis who am I, the staying in the I, and I am that Nisargadatta Maharaja. It seems like all of them point towards something, just one thing.
That's one thing.
The one thing. So what is that one thing according to you?
So it is really difficult to explain.
That is why so many people are also by the such say Jains are finding it difficult. But
so first of all, to understand the essence of witness, we have to understand another word also, because that word plays a vital role in our day-to-day life. Observation.
Observation.
So now you define what observation is.
Just allowing everything, allowing the flow of river, allowing everything to come and flow, and looking at the water just come and go.
Okay.
Not getting.
So let me bring few more words. What is watching? What is seeing? What is gazing? What is looking at? And what is observation? Then comes witnessing. So you don't have to know all these things, but to distinguish. So the attitude of mind, different aspects of mind, we have to understand first. For example, tomato looks red, apple looks red. It means whatsoever is red is not apple. So we should not come to that kind of blind conclusions. We should clearly know that what tomato is and what apple is.
Yes.
Then you will never get confused in the future.
Yes.
Right? So we discuss witness later on.
Okay.
So whatsoever happens in all these words, in witnessing, that won't happen, that's all.
Okay.
Clear, right? So tell me, what is watching? For example, when you say I'm watching television, what's happening? When you observe television, what happens?
There are a lot of images coming and going, moving, and there is like a lot of music, background, emotions also coming into picture. Emotions also
into mind. I'm asking, when you are watching a movie, what happens in the mind?
In the mind, yes, mind is getting emotionally also. There is ups and lows according to the situation, because it is like hypnosis, no? Watching a television. So all that is happening, changes is happening. If there is some serious they put, and then you get anxiety.
You get affected by it.
I am getting affected by it.
What about observation?
I think observation comes. I think to me, to my understanding, because I think since you are playing with words, my past experience related to the word observation influence how I understand observation. No,
okay,
and that's why I think now we are trying to come to the same page.
So let me put in another way. So now I am looking at this book. Now I am observing this book. What is the difference?
It kind of looks like the same only now. Looking, but maybe just looking is like book, and then you are giving a label. But when you are observing, maybe you are trying to look without the idea that it's just a book, no label. You are trying to see each and every detail. Okay, there's a picture of Ramana Maharishi. There is like like some jalebi. Yes. Like there are some letters, and there is this mountain. If I say that it's just Arunachala, some mountain, I will stop looking at the mountain. So I'm just observing each and every detail of.
So when you observe, is there any way where you are looking at something in its totality, or it's fragmented?
Observation is in totality, not fragmented.
So just now you said I am looking at Ramana Maharshi. Hence you are not looking everything.
If I am looking at just Ramana Maharshi, just focusing on Ramana Maharshi, obviously
I'm not using this word focusing. So when I observe, what I observe? So I observe all the components. It means your mind is divided. Fragmented look. So just observe the girl, or you say observe that patient.
Huh.
You just can't you won't just look at the patient and say he's okay.
Huh.
You will observe the pulse.
Huh.
Then you will just observe his eye and everything. So fragmented looking at something is observation.
Fragmented looking at something is observation. I mean, most of how we look and see, I think most people are fragmented, including myself. When I see
I am not
but
talking
I'm not
either
saying,
you or me.
Huh.
What is observation? What happens in the observation? We are trying to inquire. Otherwise, we don't inquire into these words.
Yes.
We simply say, I'm looking TV and I'm watching TV, I'm gazing to all are one. For example, if you ask any village person, he doesn't distinguish between Benz car and Jaguar. He doesn't know.
Okay, so maybe is that fragmentation while normal observation happening because of my attachment towards things I like, dislike, my labeling, judgment, like that. Because if I look at this book, I know I've been in Thiruvannamalai, I've seen Ramana Maharishi's picture many times. So automatically, I'm not seeing the full image equally. Some part of the attention is directly, it is like, okay, this is Ramana Maharishi's photo. I'm not looking at the details, holistically, like, okay, beard, white, everything. Just okay, just I know. Mind thinks I know, and just maybe is that what you mean by fragmentation in a sense?
So if someone says observe life,
Huh.
it means observe the aspects of life, isn't it?
Or observe the aspects of life.
Otherwise, how to observe?
I think when you actually care about something and pay attention, automatically it's effortlessly we start
So
observing.
now that's what you are right.
Huh.
But I'm trying to take you somewhere else.
Huh.
So now you are looking at something. I just looked at it. हो गया बात खत्म.
Huh. Okay.
When you ask me to observe, then now I am observing. Then what to observe?
Just observing what is.
So to define what is, what you have to do. So after observation, you say this is a
use words and forms to describe.
So now you have come to few logical conclusions about this. So tell me your observation. My observations are this. So this is a Telugu book. This book is about Ramana Maharshi. And on the cover design we see Arunachala mountain.
Yes.
So this book is actually one. But you have divided that book into couple of observations, isn't it?
Yes. Those things we can say in a sense.
So that is the core of observation. So whenever you observe something, you divide that single entity into many parts according to your understanding. If an author comes, he may observe a little more. Right? If any another expert comes, he may say the paper quality is really good. He might have observed something else also. And a printer comes, he says this is 90 GSM, this is really good. And another DTP person comes, he may not say what you have observed, but he says the text is text font Roman. Roman. This is nice. And a designer comes, he says the designing is good. The gap between the title and the content, nicely designed. So according to your mind, you observe. Yes. Is it right or wrong?
Yes.
That actually making a difference. Because of that observation, you stand out. Because of my observation, I stand out. That I comes into being because of that. So just looking at something is an unconscious act. Witnessing means having mind undivided and just looking at it, that's all. So witnessing means not observation.
When you even bring the word book into it, then there is no witnessing.
No. Say it again.
Even if you bring the word book into this witnessing, it becomes fragmented. Yes. So you are separating the background from the
observation, mind actively participates in the process. In witnessing, mind is active but not participating. The only qualitative change is that.
Is it like the mind is more relaxed and then just in a...
It is active.
Active.
How mind should be, it is there in that way. But it is not participating, it is just looking at it in its totality. In observation, your observations are different, mine are different, Kandamas are different. But in witnessing, we all have undivided mind, hence our witnessing is same.
Interesting.
In that way, that is same. And why witnessing is very important in life? Okay, this is witnessing, this is observation, this is gazing, this is looking at. Okay, we understood verbally or definition wise.
Because I think observation possibly create conflict. Could create because I will say this is like this kind of book. She will say it is something else. He will say something else, and we all fight.
Yeah.
And one observation is considered superior to other observation, and all this ups and downs.
Yes, that's correct. But many spiritual masters, they have wrongly used this word observation. And many books have been printed and they have all gone into seekers' houses and they are still observing. So when you say observe breath, when you say witness breath, there is a lot of change.
True. Even Goenkaji in Vipassana says observe your breath. Because I think the way I am not able to say that it was completely wrong, because their understanding of the word observation is that.
Yeah, they are actually talking about witnessing, but they are using observation.
The word observation. Yes.
And we have certain kind of understanding about observation, and we just follow that.
Yes.
That's why you have to analyze a word before, so that after understanding that, you put into practice. Otherwise, you go astray.
True, very true.
You thought orange, apple. If I just go after apples, and you just going after oranges.
Yes, very true.
So witnessing is same for everybody. And observation, there is good observation, there is bad observation, there is best observation. All this bifurcation comes. All these qualities comes, degrees comes. Witnessing, either you are witnessing or you are not. There is no 100% witnessing, there is no 50% witnessing. Witnessing is witnessing. Witnessing means your 100% attention without mind's participation. That is meditation. Hence, all meditation methods are false.
So this being in this undivided with undivided attention, being in this state of
now just I have given a statement. You just tell me whether you understood it or not.
So not observing and purely witnessing, in a sense, having undivided, unfragmented,
natural attention.
Natural,
not imposed.
Non concentration, but just naturally. Naturally, in a relaxed, the mind is. To me, it feels like relaxed. The mind is 100% relaxed.
100% relaxed, 100% active.
100% relaxed, and automatically it is active. No,
active doesn't mean tense.
No, not tense. Very relaxed, and just like very comfortable with the way everything things are. Very extremely comfortable with. Yeah. Whatever it is like it is comfortable. No, that is the way. So that seems like.
Yeah. So your mind is calm and quiet, and you are just witnessing. What you are witnessing is an irrelevant question. But when you observe, you need an object to observe. You need a subject. Then you become the object. Then you observe the subject. Then your past knowledge required to observe.
Yes.
Witnessing, no knowledge required. Hence, no need of books.
So it is like a merging of. There is no subject object.
There is no subject.
There is no subject.
So witness.
This is what
initially it happens. From tomorrow, I am going to witness. This is first statement. It continues for some time. Suddenly you realize, witnessing is there, but it is going and coming. It is not staying continuously. Or I am unable to sustain witnessing continuously. This is second statement, the same person says. And the third, now I am witnessing continuously. Then comes the real statement, I am the witness. I am not doing it. That is my natural state of mind. That is the existential mind of you. That is true I. So initially witnessing and you are two different things. I witness. It means I do witnessing. I paint. Painting doesn't happen on its own accord. Someone has to do
it.
So in the same way, language creates its trouble. That when I say you have to witness, you prepare to witness. No. So initially that is the way. All of a sudden one cannot understand witnessing. But after going through this kind of stupid process, you realize that this is all bunkum. I am not witnessing, I am the witness. To what? To whatsoever is.
Whatsoever is.
That's it. So you are just looking at something without any prejudice, without putting your imagination into it, without dragging information from it. You are just looking, pure look. That's why a person who is witnessing, he may be looking good, bad physically, but the look impacts the other person. Because that is 100% mind is present there. And observation, you make opinions. In observation, there is a possibility of judgment. In observation, their comparison is alive and active. In witnessing, no opinion, no judgment, no comparison. Satchidananda. What's in observation, your past learning is required. For example, if I say just observe this book and tell me, you should have some past knowledge to make a comment about it.
I should at least know that there is something called book in this world and this is a
now
book.
you just ask the same question to a 1-year-old kid. Better observe this and tell me. Sometime. He doesn't know anything. You just ask a author who wrote 1,000 books. Then he will give a 3-4 hour lecture about one book. Because he has so much information, that information helps him to observe in a certain way. He may be making strong points, but it's all of the mind. He may be an expert, no problem. In the world, experts are required. Surgeons are required. Talented people, intelligentsia are required. Otherwise, we can't we can't be having this phone in our hands right now. So there are great minds worked upon something. So witnessing means, for the first time, you have discarded from whatsoever, and you are fully present. That is true meditation. That is the true essence of meditation. And you can teach observation, you can teach meditation method, you can teach vipassana, you can teach anything to anybody. Witnessing cannot be taught. Because there is no path at all. You can make somebody understand something like this. So because of me, at least few hundreds are witnessing now.
Now, like, I'm not even making any effort or no concentration, nothing to trying to understand what
Now
you're saying. But automatically,
we'll see practically what happens in the. Now you are in the witnessing mode. I am in observing mode. Ee book itla kindi. Kharab aitadu enduku atla istunna? Observing mind does that. Because I have couple of ideas about the book, how to keep the book, and just call to them. Hey, ye picture nikemana? This is observation. You have an observing mind, and you have few stupidities, few superstitions, few great ideas, few understandings, some knowledge, some expertise. You have all. From that you are speaking. If you do the same thing, and there is 2-year-old kid, he will not pay attention. He is actually witnessing, but he doesn't know that, because still the world and information not entered into his mind. His brain is free from all the crap. Now you have a witnessing mind. You just felt, you just watched. Before falling the book, your mind is intact. You are witnessing, and while falling, you are witnessing. After falling, you are witnessing. And parent came and hit the city. You are witnessing. And she said, I am going to leave the home. You are witnessing. And after 5 years, she came back and they became friends again. You are witnessing. In witnessing, you realize that without your intervention, everything is running perfectly well. You are the problem.
I am the problem. Yes, I am the problem.
If you really understand witness, you are out of all problems. The person who has the ability to witness, he can clear all the problems without uttering a word. Because he is the only person gives opportunity to fight. No one else. People are so impatient. They will give advice, do this, do that. He may use words accordingly, but his witnessing mind simply says, just let go. Let that happen. Let that happen too. Okay, all right, chalo, theek hai. And everything will be all right sooner or later. The only problem in every home is the human being himself. Otherwise, our home has no problems. She is perfectly fine. I am perfectly fine. She is perfectly fine. If I say that you have to behave and live in a certain way, then I am creating the problem. So this is how you walk in the home. I am creating the problem.
I affecting with existence, which is divine. No, I interfering with the I coming and then interfering with
the
what
observer becomes philosopher. The witnesser becomes nobody. So witnessing means dwelling in your nobodiness without any reason. And when you are young, when you are old, when you are about to die, witnessing, the quality of witnessing never changes. It is nothing to it has nothing to do with your health. Observation needs mental health. Witnessing doesn't need mental health. Witnessing continues.
So there is no need of no effort, no practice.
Effortlessness is witnessing.
Effortlessness is witnessing.
No practicing.
No practice.
Going beyond all kinds of practices is because the moment you put this word practice into being, immediate degrees comes. How much practice you have? So she practiced better than you. Now she is first grade witnesser.
Senior witnesser.
Senior witnesser. ఉందిరా నాయన అట్లాంటి దరిద్రాలు ఉంది ఆశ్రమాల్లో. So witnessing, for example, we are all witnessing means we are all one. Ekatma bhavana. Yesterday you said the oneness is the only way. There is no other way to experience oneness. Oneness means not melting and merging. You have disappeared, I have disappeared. Hence, whatsoever is remained is one. Either you call it existence, or prana, or jiva, or paramatma, or mauna, or anything. Or you call it vankaya, no problem. Brinjal.
It feels like my purpose of coming here is now
because I spend a lot of time to understand these words and its nuances. Without understanding it, you will never go into it perfectly well. So by understanding it, I put into practice. So many of my friends who were meditators, they used to discuss a lot, but there is no clarity of thought. They say something, they do something. If witness once gets originated within, it will never go. It will never go. Impossible. If you able to walk perfectly well, you will never fall. So there is one beautiful saying in Zen. Very rarely we come across that kind of statements, which is so close to the truth. Though that statement looks very absurd. 7 times down, 8 times up.
7
That's
times
all.
down, 8 times up.
So this is one of the greatest spiritual quote I have ever heard. But if you just say this statement to anybody, it has no spirituality. But it contains the core of spirituality. 7 times down, 8 times up. అర్థమైందా నీకు? చెప్పు.
అంటే 7 times కిందకి వెళ్ళమని మీదకి వెళ్ళమని అతను ఏదైతే చెప్పిందో అది అబ్జర్వ్ చేసి అంటే చెప్పినట్టుగా
కాదు,
విండా
ఇది ఇట్లా పట్టు, హోల్డ్ ఇట్. దిస్ ఈజ్ యువర్ మైండ్. ఒకసారి పడిపోయింది, విట్నెసింగ్, లేచినావు. సెకండ్ టైం పడిపోయింది, లేచినావు. థర్డ్ టైం పడిపోయింది, లేచినావు. ఫోర్త్ టైం పడ్డది, మళ్ళీ లేపినావు. ఫిఫ్త్ టైం పడ్డది, లేచింది. సిక్స్త్ టైం పడ్డది, లేచింది. సెవెంత్ టైం పడ్డది, లేచింది. ఎయిత్ టైం అసలు పడలేదు. ఇంకా ఇట్స్ ఆల్వేస్ అప్. ఇప్పుడు ఏం జరిగినా సరే ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ ఫాలింగ్. సో ద విట్నెసింగ్ మైండ్ ఈజ్ బియాండ్ ఆల్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డిస్టర్బెన్సెస్. depression never touches that mind. Impossible to 1 lakh times.
Obviously, for depression to be, there has to be me, you, separation. Oh, that person is. Oh, I feel bad. I'm a victim. Oh, all that, or even to dominate or to throw power trips or somebody. Also, you need to be like, hey, I'm somebody. I'm a senior witnesser, and then throwing power trips at all
So
that.
witnessing is subtlest craft
Ah.
and art of your own self. So final statement is this. So you are the witness. When witness is there, you are not there. When you are there, witness is not there. Okay. Then okay. You have understood the essence of witnessing and you are living it. You mean it. Then another conflict arose. Only for human being. Because he has to live in the world. Then he has to be with the people.
Yes.
You don't disturb anybody. What if other people disturb? Because of that reason, you may get affected by a little. If you go near to a pyre, what you call it? Manta.
Chiti.
Funeral pyre gaadu royi.
అగ్ని
అదే ఫైర్ చాట్ ఫైర్
To fire flame. Basically.
ఫైర్ ఫ్లేమ్. So if you go near to it, a little bit effect you will see. In the same way, so many people who understood the witness, they have dropped all relationships and they just illuminated like that forever and just disappeared. There is one person called Tatwale Baba.
Tatwale Baba.
If you just look at him, you understand that nothing affects him. And it doesn't mean that he's a stone-like person. Very sensible. So once I was watching a video. So someone shot a video. He just looks into that video, into the camera. I have never seen such kind of eyes in my life. Because behind eyes, there is no mind. This is pure look. And I have done so much research on the eyes of human being an artist. For example, you have something in your mind and you are looking at me. That eye is totally different. If you have nothing in your mind and you are looking at me, you are actually not looking at me. Your eye gaze crosses me and reaches far away. It's like torchlight. You are coming in between your rays. You are not actually looking at me. You are covered. That's all.
Covered. The focus is like not onto something which is like
so for example, I
observation.
am looking in this direction because I have nothing in my mind, right? So whosoever comes into that direction, he may think he is looking at me. No, his gaze is far away. So slowly that happens. So as your mind gets completely settled. So once witnessing gets established, still the dust in the mind remains.
Mind is mind. It is
Right.
whatever it has gathered.
So because
and
of that continuous witnessing, slowly all dust and information from the mind disappear. Whatsoever required, some information is required to function yourself in the world. That much information your mind keeps on its own account. You don't have to put effort. It's like a spoon is required to eat. You will keep spoon, that's all. That is not attachment. That is a basic necessity. Neither you are attached to it or you have any detachment. It is just spoon and you are witnessing it.
It reminds me of how there is somebody was asking Maharishi in talks with Ramana Maharshi. So he's explaining with example of a fan. How once you turn the switch off also, so the jnani is realized his pararabdha, whatever is left, it's that energy is running that fan
it pervades
until it
some-
slowly.
yeah, that happens. So
And it seems like
if
Bidi
even
Baba,
a Buddha comes into this world, if he is in the wrong company, he may get disturbed for few seconds. But because of this witnessing power, that disturbance does not continue. But other people, he may become the subject to ridicule. Yeah, what kind of witnessing you are talking about? Just now I saw you are shouting at somebody. But that person knows. Only mouth shouted. The witnessing continued. It will never go.
It will never go.
It will never ever go. The only problem is it never gets originated.
Where did it get originated?
Yeah.
It was our interference with.
You have to be 100% aware of life pattern. So 100% witness happens. You have seen death. All aspects of life for the first time you have witnessed. So hence the witness is complete. You have seen life and death. You have seen money come in and go. You have seen sex. You have seen nudity. You have seen hatred. You have seen extreme love. You have seen expectation. Everything, wherever the mind used to get affected by it, for the first time you witnessed them. Hence you say, I am Jivan Mukta. Nothing affects me. Now I say, nothing affects me. Simple. So this is not a style statement. This is how people should be. You are not here to get punched by all the people. You are just here to be happy.
So most of the talks, it's like your main purpose is to conversation is bound to get there. Things may have different topics, different words, but it's always to the same point.
Same point. If you read this book, I'm reading this book. You may ask any question. Ramana gives only one answer.
He's Brahmastra.
Because, for example, స్వామి నాకు చాలా కష్టాలు ఉన్నాయి, కందిళ్ళు ఉన్నాయి, నా పిల్లలు నా మాట వింటలేరు, ఏం చేయాలంటే విట్నెస్. That is only solution.
His words is who is the questioner, God, who is asking all this, who is complaining.
This is very interesting book. So I recommend this book to understand life. Initially, if you read, it may look very abstract. What this man is saying. But as you understand your life, you understand this book better. So, నీ సహజ స్థితిలో ఉండు. This is also language. Because of language, we have to put this kind of title. This is also misleading statement. So, sahaja sthiti. Over. Natural state.
Natural state.
That's all. Means undadame. The being is natural state.
Being is natural state.
So, being in natural state is absurd. So, in English, they say oxymoron.
Oxymoron.
It's like someone saying, I just murdered somebody. But I can promise you that I never harmed anybody. This is oxymoron. అర్థమైందా? అంటే బాధ పెట్టడం. ఇప్పుడు ఒకరిని చంపొచ్చాను కానీ నేను నీకు ప్రామిస్ చేస్తున్నాను.
All of these videos are going to YouTube regularly. No, that's surprising. All of these videos are going to YouTube also regularly.
So use it with utmost respect. If you understand witnessing, your Shraddha becomes equivalent. There is your interest towards everything becomes same. So if Prime Minister comes, you speak in the same way. An ordinary person comes, you speak in the same way. For others, Prime Minister and ordinary. For him, they are all beings. That's all. He is just addressing minds.
And also, like, should I now when I'm trying to attempt that is happening, it's so it is not necessary to actually even use the mind, when in a state of witness there is something which is heard and the reply is also automatic, effortless.
There you have to use the mind. This is logic. What you are bringing is logic. So when you speak, you have to use the mind.
Mind has to be used, but the mind does it effortlessly in a state, just casually just responds, because the mind
that's fine. But whatsoever is saying, for example, Ramana Tata used to speak in Tamil or Telugu and Malayalam. From where that Telugu is coming? There is a past learning only.
Past learning.
So witnessing is always there. But when you are uttering something, it is of the mind only. So by and by you realize that witnessing is not of the mind. So there is a last leg. Because mind is there always to gather information, function. But as your awareness grows, you will know that what to invite into the mind. For example, you are a good housekeeper, you will know what to bring into home. You will never bring gobar, right? Dung. We don't bring. Maybe even tigers' dung also we don't bring. ఏ టైగర్ సచ్
డంగ్ ఏదైనా
డంగ్ ఇస్ డంగ్, దట్స్
Dung is dung.
సింపుల్.
It we use cow dung in farming.
ఇంట్లో నేను చెప్పేది బెడ్రూమ్ లో.
In home also cow dung you use.
That is why I was thinking maybe he's like a pro, is the nature, yeah, is the
In
could be a
Mother
modern,
House or, front of the normal
self-sustainable
house.
developer also.
Purpose
Who's thinking
wise.
of a modern traditional
నువ్వు
this thing
చెప్పేదేమో
and
కల్చర్.
is putting for
That
floor
is not
cow
culture,
dung.
that is science.
ఓకే
బట్టి
కణమ్మ
బట్టి
ఒప్పుకుంటున్నాను,
Okay.
సైన్స్ ఒప్పుకున్నాను. ఓకే, ఎనీథింగ్ ఎల్స్?
What is there after this? So, if I just have to like, it's like the seventh fall, falling and rising, falling and rising.
So one thing,
many
so
times.
before I conclude, to be witness 2 or 3 things one must do. One has to do, otherwise you won't get caught up in it. Stop interfering in others' life. This is the first and foremost, otherwise it will never be understood. Impossible into million times.
Yeah, this is our personal mind perfection. ఇది నువ్వు మన వ్యక్తిగతంగా చెప్తున్నా. సో నేషన్ వైజ్ వాట్ వి డూ,
That's a different matter. So spirituality is nothing to do with nation. The moment you witness, you see everything as one. The divisions disappear. Observation lo even vastayi.
Yes.
in army person,
Observation.
in border, what is
అది
witnessing
context.
is
No,
practical.
అక్కడికి వెళ్ళాడు అసలు ఆర్మీ పర్సన్. విట్నెస్ చేసేవాళ్ళు వేరే, ఆ కేటగిరీ వేరు. ఇప్పుడు జీవన్ముక్త, ఇప్పుడు రమణ తాత ఉన్నాడు, సమాజానికి ఏం ఉపయోగం చెప్పు.
Telugu.
So if you see Ramana Maharshi, so what kind of benefit society?
In a sense, material this thing, since if you see,
He
you
did
can
not
say-
do anything, he did not make money, he did not had a family, he did not built anything, he did nothing.
I heard
But
a
still-
white person's perspective, very interesting. They are like, oh, Ramana is a very lazy man, he's taking all the resources,
Yeah.
consuming,
So many people-
and wasting, and but in a sense, if you observe, but
Ramana
overall
is
peace.
a perfect example how a human being should be. That's all. So in the world we have conflicts ఉన్నప్పుడు దాన్ని క్లియర్ చేయడానికి వ్యవస్థ ఉంది. ఇప్పుడు మనం డిస్కస్ చేసే టాపిక్కి కంప్లీట్ కాంట్రాస్ట్ అది, అంటే వేరే అట్లా. అది మళ్ళీ డిస్కస్ చేస్తే మనం విట్నెస్ పక్కన పెట్టాలి. వెన్ ఐఎమ్ ఫైటింగ్ ఫర్ ద కంట్రీ, విట్నెస్ జాంతానే పాకిస్తాన్ వాళ్ళ కాల్చేసి అంతే. వెన్ యు ఆర్ విట్నెసింగ్, యూ సీ కంట్రీస్ బర్నింగ్, యూ డోంట్ స్టాప్. ఏం జరగాలో అది జరగనిస్తావు అంతే. అది ఇది వేరు, కంప్లీట్ డిఫరెంట్ డైమెన్షన్ ఆల్ టుగెదర్. ఇది ఎవ్రీడే డే టు డే లైఫ్లో ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి సంబంధించిన సినిమా లాంటి సబ్జెక్ట్ కాదు. బట్ హూస్ ఎవర్ అండర్స్టాండ్స్ ఇట్, హీఈస్ గాన్ బియాండ్ ఎవ్రీథింగ్, అండ్ ఓన్లీ హీ నోస్ వెదర్ పీపుల్ రికగ్నైజ్ ఇట్ ఆర్
ఓకే,
నాట్.
ఎవరైతే విట్నెసింగ్ సాక్షి భావన ఎవరి లోపలనైతే మేల్కొందో, ఓకే, ప్రాపంచికమైన విషయాల నుండి వాళ్ళు సైడ్ అయిపోతారు. ఓకే,
సైడ్ ఎవరు?
సైడ్ మీన్స్ మెటీరియలిస్టిక్ వరల్డ్ నుండి పక్క నుండి వాళ్ళు హాయిగా ఉంటారు. మరి ఎట్ ద ఎనీ టైమ్స్ టు వాంట్ డూ ద నేషన్. సో
కాంటెక్స్ట్ వేరే, అది అయిపోయింది ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పేసింది నీకు. అది డిఫరెంట్ సబ్జెక్ట్. ఇప్పుడు మనం సైన్స్ మాట్లాడుతున్నాం అనుకో, డోంట్ బ్రింగ్ మ్యాథమెటిక్స్. రెండు వేరే వేరే సబ్జెక్ట్స్. ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఎండ్ చేసి లెట్ us టాక్ అబౌట్ నేషన్ అండ్ నేషన్ సెక్యూరిటీ, పేట్రియాటిజం, వాట్ అవర్ గవర్నమెంట్ ఇస్
అక్కడ విట్నెసింగ్ యూజ్ కాదంటూ,
యూజ్ అవ్వదు, ఇంపాసిబుల్.
అక్కడ రియాక్ట్
అవ్వాల్సిన ఇంతకుముందు ఒక ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఇచ్చిన,
రియాక్ట్ అవుతూ కూడా దాన్ని కూడా విట్నెస్ చేయాలి కదా, అంటే తెలుస్తుంది కదా ఆ కాన్షియస్.
అది వెరీ సట్టల్. ఇప్పుడు ఎట్లుందంటే, ఇప్పుడు ఒక చిన్న ఇక్కడ చెప్తా. ఇప్పుడు ఇగో అటుందా, శబ్దం వస్తుంది కదా, కానీ వినిపిస్తలేదు. సో ఈ విట్నెస్ అనేది నీకు రిజిస్టర్ కాదు.
అంటే అక్కడ విట్నెసింగ్ పని లేదు,
ఉంది కానీ రిజిస్టర్ కాదు. అంటే వేరే విషయాలు చాలా వచ్చేసినాయి.
అంటే అక్కడ ఆ విషయాలు అవసరం అప్పుడు అవే చేయాలి.
అంతవరకు. సో ఏ పర్సన్ హూ హ్యాస్ దిస్ ఎబిలిటీ ఆల్సో, వెన్ హీ గోయింగ్ టు జంగల్ ఆర్ వార్, విట్నెసింగ్ డజంట్ వర్క్, బికాస్ హీ హ్యాస్ టు ఫాలో ఆర్డర్స్ ఆఫ్ సంబడి. ఇంకా విట్నెస్ ఎక్కడిది, ఇంకా అయిపోయింది. సో నువ్వు నేను చెప్పినట్టు వింటున్నావంటేనే ఇంకా విట్నెసింగ్ లేదు, ఏం లేదు, చూడదోసుకో.
But won't the very act of witnessing, which is so pure, take care of everything else? Because there is this strong witnessing happens with a lot of trust, trust that okay, I don't have to use them, because I think fear comes, mind comes into play when it has to think of something, want something, or is in fear to protect or something. So when all of that goes only, the energy is like okay, very very pleasant, and it is like okay, has trust in existence, okay, and then it goes into a mode of witnessing. So won't that mode itself take care of everything else automatically, naturally?
But only in a human level, that's all. For example, there is a conflict, and the conflict involves many minds and many countries. A witnessing mind cannot do anything. It's like a small flame. So a bomb will set, someone will be a bomb, then obviously it will go. He will disappear. That's
So
all.
witnessing is not for Grihastha people?
For everybody. Everybody.
For everybody.
Everybody. There is no Grihasthi, there is no Yuva, there is no male, there is no female.
As long as a label comes into this pure water, if you put one drop of ujala also, then gone.
I always say, for example, we are together in home. I always request many a times, at least 7 days, let us not interfere into each other's life. You live, I live, she lives. Shall we do that? So, but I stopped saying. Then one has to live.
So for everybody, you say no. So for working people, for business people,
For everybody.
for in a border, fight the enemy.
That is different. So I'm not saying you have to witness while doing job. That won't happen. Because witnessing means disappearance of all kinds of authorities. That's the conflict. If you have any authority, there is no possibility of meditation. Including Guru, meditation won't happen. First time you are free from all kinds of bondages, all kinds of observations, all kinds of authorities, all kinds of CC cameras. You are free to operate yourself. From that standpoint, you are looking at life. If I say every day between 2 to 3 witness, come on, sit down, it won't happen. Because authority, he is doing for authority. He is addressing, his mind is there somewhere else.
So witness is when we want, where we want, how to identify witness. అంటే సాక్షి భావన మనకి ఎక్కడ అవసరము ఎక్కడ అవసరం లేదనేది ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయాల్సిన అవసరం ఉందా?
అన్ని చోట్ల అవసరం.
మళ్ళీ అన్ని చోట్ల అవసరం అంటే ఇప్పుడు అవన్నీ పనుల్లో దాంట్లో
ఆల్రెడీ చెప్పి
అక్కడ అవసరం
ఇది మోస్ట్ ఎక్సెప్షనల్ బీయింగ్స్ కోసమే. ఇప్పుడు జీవితంలో జీవన్ముక్త స్థితిని అనుభూతి చెందాలని నిర్ణయం చేసుకున్న వాడికి ఇది. నేను మంచి కంపెనీ కారు గీరు కొనాలనుకున్న వాడికి సాఫ్ట్వేర్ కంపెనీ.
సో దట్ అక్కడ విట్నెసింగ్ వర్క్
చేయనీకి రాదు. అథారిటీ ఉంటే విట్నెసింగ్ లేదు.
అక్కడ కంప్లీట్ మెటీరియలిస్టిక్ గానే ప్లాన్ చేసినప్పుడు ఆ పని పూర్తవుతుంది.
నౌ ఒక్కటి చెప్తా, ఇనిషియల్ గా అథారిటీ ఉంటే విట్నెసింగ్ చేయలేవు నువ్వు. కానీ విట్నెసింగ్ నీకు అర్థమైంది. ద మూమెంట్ యూ హ్యావ్ అండర్స్టూడ్ ద ఎసెన్స్ ఆఫ్ విట్నెసింగ్, యూ కెన్ బి ఎనీవేర్, యూ కెన్ డూ జాబ్ ఆల్సో.
ఓకే, మన లాస్ ఆర్ ప్రాఫిట్, దట్ ఇస్ ఆల్సో ఎండింగ్ ది టైం యూ విట్నెసింగ్.
యూ విట్నెస్, యూ ఆల్వేస్ విట్నెస్.
నాట్ సప్రెస్, నాట్ డిప్రెషన్, నాట్ సూసైడ్, ఎనీథింగ్. ఓకే, ఇట్స్ హ్యాపెన్.
You put your 100% effort.
And restart.
You are not doing because of your boss said so. You are doing because you liked it. So witnessing has a totally different kind of quality. You may be in the millions of people, you may be doing an attender job. Lahiri Mahashaya, he did an ordinary job. Though he was a great meditator and witnesser. So he was unaffected. If someone said, the job bikesta.
So
there is no fear.
I have ego. So witness is not possible.
Witness means 100% ego.
How?
You are 100%.
What is the
You see,
proof?
authority వద్దని చెప్పడం ఎంత ఈగో చెప్పు. So sleep is 0 ego. Witnessing is 100% ego. Observation is half ego. Very dangerous. ఇండియన్ డైలాగ్ ఉంటుంది కదా, ఉంటే అటుండు లేకపోతే ఇటుండు, మధ్య మధ్యలో ఉండకు.
How is this point is a bit how is like witnessing 100% ego?
Yeah, that is nature's eye.
Nature's eye.
That is witness. Ramana talks about figure it out, who am I?
I and I, he says.
Ah. So the world, yesterday we discussed, the
Acha, in
identity
world-
given by the world,
Oh, that
that
is-
as I is partial, because that is not of yours. So this is true I,
Okay.
and there is nobody to claim.
Ah.
Okay, na?
So it is like the universal ego.
It's
in a
like
sense.
I'll try to put in the most simplest way.
Ah.
In the sleep, there is no I, and there is nobody to claim.
Yes.
Because the person is sleeping.
Yes.
Here in the witnessing, there is I, 100% I, but there is nobody to claim.
Ha.
Why? Because in nature, not possible all these things.
Hmm.
Acha, in Prakriti I is different.
Yes.
In world
Yes.
I,
Yes.
materialistic world I is
Yes.
different.
Yes.
Oh my God. How?
ఇప్పుడు డాక్టర్, నేను డాక్టర్, ఇది మనకు ప్రపంచం ఇచ్చింది.
Yes.
సో ఈ ఐడెంటిటీస్ అన్ని పోయినప్పుడు నిజమైన ఐ మిగులుతుంది. ఈ నిజమైన ఐకి ముందర లక్ష వేరే అబద్ధ పైలు ఉంది. దెర్ ఆర్ థౌజండ్స్ ఆఫ్ ఫాల్స్ ఐడెంటిటీస్.
So many identities you have already.
Already. That is all
After
false
then
identities.
also, this is all temporary. I do
Ah.
completely in conscious. You do
Correct.
all things. So really, I inside also already peace, right?
Already. That is peace.
Okay. So every moment you conscious.
Okay.
All these things. Huh?
అలా అంతంత గొప్పదా లేవు.
It's you remember.
ఇప్పుడు వీడు డాక్టరు, వీడు ఇంజనీరు,
We are not remember. Ego is coming, right?
రాదు కన్నమ్మా.
Coming.
It won't
Ego is like here only. Jump on. We.
ఓకే, అంటే ఇఫ్ యూ రియల్లీ అండర్స్టాండ్ ఇన్ ఎ ప్రాక్టికల్ వే, ద ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ అండ్ ఫార్మోస్ట్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ యూ డోంట్ స్పీక్ మచ్ అండ్ యూ ఆర్ నాట్ ఇంటర్ఫియరింగ్ విత్ ఎనీబడి. ఇఫ్ దట్ హ్యాపెన్స్ ఫర్ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ మంత్స్, this ego doesn't come, because now you have the ability to
If
see.
you observe children's, so much ego in children's.
That is complete ego. The worldly identity is not there, no.
So we
Not this.
That
But
is really
natural
ego.
Prakriti identity.
That is true ego. Be like that.
Oh, that is natural
That
ego.
is that's why we like kids, because there is no hurting ego.
Ah.
If kid
Means
comes,
not caring.
Ah.
Not caring.
that is not identity. That is true self.
True self.
The true self is really ego.
I know caring. I know.
ఇంకా ఐడెంటిటీ రాలేదు వాళ్ళకి. వాళ్ళ సహజమైన స్వస్థితమైన ఐడెంటిటీలో ఉన్నారు. దట్ ఈస్ నోబడీనెస్. ఏ కిడ్ ఈస్ ఏ నోబడీ. ఫర్ అస్ హీ ఈస్ చింటూ, షీ ఈస్ బన్నీ. ఫర్ దెమ్ దే ఆర్ నోబడీ.
I think the answer is in your T-shirt.
Disappear and do better. But one thing I always pray to everyone, don't interfere into other people's life. First, don't give unsolicited advices. These two things happen, or at least don't look at other people all the time, including wife or husband, daughter. 5 minutes, 10 minutes in a day, that's fine. That is enough. You that much concern is enough to convey something. But you kept on poking your finger into somebody's life. It means you are disturbing other person's life. You are not making something better. You are disturbing. So all the people do this.
Yes.
If you really understand the essence of meditation, the first and foremost thing happen, you don't disturb others. You don't fire the first bullet.
But if somebody comes, like should I see that okay it is somebody else and say no, or I'm like okay it is a test, whatever is given I accept and then go through this process and take.
I did not understand the
If
question.
somebody is coming and then I am actually, I know that this person is interfering, but it's like I had this thing that okay it is, if they, for some point I felt like in my life I was running away to be feel relaxed and maybe witnessing. I'm not sure how to put it. I was not very clear.
I understood.
So I was like, after some point I felt like I'm running away from saying no to all the people in my life, and I could see a pattern that when I run away, it comes in with full power. It multiplies.
It comes. It
4-5
bounces,
times.
it bounces
4-5
back.
times, 10 times, 20 times. It multiplies. So
I
then-
understood. If you really understand the core of witness, at least for 1 year or 2 years, whatsoever happens in front of you, in your presence, just witness. Good, bad, best, worst, stupid. You just witness.
So like one example.
This is unconditional.
But is that very easy?
Kanama, you are saying something.
Yeah, before sometime I am like I go to that water drink. So there is one
Thought.
hair.
Okay.
So before sometime I was telling, hey, what is this hair? No cleanness like that.
Unsolicited
So
advice.
now I am okay. Here hair, take and
Remove.
put and take a water. And
So I heard one beautiful
so
story.
this is
So I am
Rekha.
reminded of excellent.
Okay, this is witnessing.
Now you are God himself. Nijanga. That's the quality. If you just
So this
apply it
is,
to everything.
Means, that time what I am do, I do.
That's it.
Nothing.
There is no hatred, there is no judgment, you are not
And
being
there is
judgmental
no
about anybody.
OCD, nothing, anything.
You love to be what it's called, clean, that's all.
Okay.
So I am reminded of a story of Ramana Maharshi, then we'll wind up.
Huh.
So a person came from Ireland and he was thought of asking one question. So Bhagavan, so how to work? So what is Nishkam Karma?
Nishkama karma.
Hmm.
In English,
Selfless act.
Selfless act.
So Ramana did not say anything. Actually, this man did not ask. He was waiting for the situation to ask. Maybe in the main hall when all people sit, then he may get the opportunity. Because whenever any foreigner comes, they used to get the first preference because they have to go far off.
कर्मण्येवाधिकारस्य वो है ना
Kya?
गीता में
Maybe. So Ramana Maharshi walking in the corridor of ashram, left side. Now we enter into the gate, right? In that area, that left area. So while walking, he saw one rice grain. And he just stopped and he took the rice grain and he went into the kitchen and he just put the rice grain into that rice box and he kept on walking. That's all. That Ireland person left. This is the answer. Now he is not saying, see, rice is Annapurna, how dare you to put it here like this? Are yaar, if you are interested, you do it. Why everyone has to behave in the way you behave?
That is the problem in world nowadays.
So now I am perfect, now immediately you become perfect. ऐसा नहीं होता.
That think people is doing yuddhas or everything is for this thinking process. only, right?
Thought created conflicts and we are going after it.
He
So
get lifting
if
the
you
chest.
understand witness, you won't advise unnecessarily. You won't advise even someone is seeking. You advise only the person is have the potential to accept. You see, for example, if she is a good farmer, she will find the right place where to sow the seed. That's very
Where
important.
right time
Right time, right seed, and right place.
and what right seed also.
Yeah. Sometimes that witnesser just advises to the sky. anyone can take. So for example, suddenly he may say, just don't pay attention to what other people say, just live happily. That's all. Tata bye bye. So he's not saying to you or you, but you may take it. Since he is a good man, people may accept his advice and all that. So life is mysterious.
Yes, that.
Mysterious. But your mind should come to a natural, healthy halt before it gets too long. This is the right time. And it will come to a halt.